Welcome to the third topic in Module 3, Asia's role in the modernization project, question and answers. Is there such a thing called global citizenship? Now, I guess when I think about this question, I sense a kind of contradiction. In the current world, we are all interconnected. But at the same time, each nation fights for itself first. Not only does each nation fights for itself first, very often we try to make use of other countries at our own for our own gains. Just look at what's going on between the US and China in their efforts to shape and influence the world. Of course, both will say that they are helping the world, but they impose their own perspectives, their own political agenda upon these countries. Currently, several African countries are canceling economic agreements that were made between China and themselves. They find that they have become dependent on China, not only materially speaking, but from a political perspective also. So we are global in the sense that we are interconnected, but we are still not a global village because nations are still fighting, if not physically fighting, but ideologically fighting against each other. What is neoliberalism? You will discuss this much more in SOCSI 13, that's next semester or the second semester of this school year. Basically, it's simply a different way to speak of free market capitalism. We are already saying something about that, but from the perspective of modernity and the current world, and you'll go back to these discussions in the coming semester. Are globalization's characteristic interactions and institutions exploitative? And if so, does this generate moral duties? Again, the problem is that current globalization is deeply shaped by neoliberal capitalism. And these are set in secular laws. The laws justify what's going on. Again, if we go back to the way a company is organized, everything is justified, everything is legal, and you have a few rich, the CEOs and owners, shareholders at the top, and those down there, the janitors, they are the ones who get peanuts, but they are the ones who clean, and probably, if we are to count the number of hours, they might be working more. So it's in itself, the laws justify this kind of exploitation. Now, at least we have moved away from previous kind of slavery, but maybe we are in a form of system that is not helping everyone. Maybe we should consider the following point. Maybe not everything that's legal is moral. But again, the problem is, since it's legal, politicians, lawyers, courts cannot do anything. Let's pause and consider this. That's why when we create laws, it's crucial to test not only its legality, but its consequence on people. For example, currently there's a lot of debate about the new anti-terror law or laws. I have not read them. I'm not a lawyer, but I sense it's creating a lot of um, discontent because some feel that it can be applied in a dangerous way and it will be declared legal. So that's a crucial thing that I'm not answering now, but we need to think seriously about. How can cultural diversity be protected in a globalized world? Sorry, I will answer as simple as that. Maybe it cannot. Maybe it cannot be protected. Once you expose yourself to others, you change, and others also change. So, what we will find, or what we are seeing, is the emergence of new cultures in the plural. But we cannot protect the world completely from the blending of cultures. This is a reality we have to accept, right? It's always changing, and we cannot kind of pretend that culture in the singular is fixed and can be protected, whereas it's more fluid and open. Again, how can a nation maintain its cultural identity and still promote nationality when globalization could be a cause to slowly bid farewell to practices and tradition? First of all, I ask a question for us to think. Is there really such thing as a national identity? We speak of citizenship. I am a citizen of Seychelles. Martina is both a citizen of the Philippines. She was born here with a Filipina mother, and a citizen of Seychelles because I'm her father. But let's come back to the Philippines. Can we say there's one cultural national identity? Is Tagalog representing the entire Filipino languages and cultures? You surely know this more than myself, how different regions in the Philippines are not happy that Metro Manila is the capital and Tagalog is supposedly the Filipino language. There are languages in the Philippines, not language in the singular. Maybe that's why Anderson speaks of imagined communities. Imagine communities in the sense that we imagine ourselves as Filipinos. However, we are Cebuanos, we are Bicolanos, we are all of these. Imagine communities. So perhaps this is another thing that we have to come to terms with, that there's no such thing as one singular cultural identity and one nationality per se, but they are kind of placed in laws and we have to follow. But in reality, there's a diversity rather than a singularity of cultures and practices. Thank you very much for following. I hope all of these questions and insights stimulates your thinking, and all the best and good luck for the completion of your group critical report. Thank you.